Hey trader, today this is a recap of the trades I've taken today with the Eminis, the S&P Eminis. Also, this is a lesson on using one good entry and turning that into multi trades. But before I begin with the lesson, I want to show you a big no-no that happened to me. We should always check our open position list at the end of the day, and I didn't do it yesterday. I was in a trade long. I had a limit order in to sell my contracts. Somehow yesterday with my limit order, I had one additional contract to sell at a certain price, and it made me go short, and I didn't check my open position list at the end of the day, and I held one contract overnight. Currently trading the E-minis. I don't hold overnight. With stocks, if I'm swing trading stocks or ETFs, I may, but with the E-minis, I do not, and I held this one contract overnight, and I found out this morning I was in a position, so I canceled the position at the best opportunity that I could find possible, and so that's what happened. So this is just a lesson that could happen to anybody. Luckily for me, it was only one contract, but this could be a pay the piper, as sort of say, that can happen. So basically, I received the email, and someone asked me why on my trades do I count this move, do I count each target that I had, why do I count those as separate points instead of saying this was just a total gain of this points. Well, the way a SMTM trader trades, what we like to do is pick good entries and turn those into multi trades. Right here, what some traders might do, they might enter here, maybe sell here, they might enter here and sell here and enter in these different spots. I like to trade as stress free as possible, so we like to pick one good entry, and each one of these is separate trades. So instead of us entering a separate trade for each one, we have a good target. And so we have three different type of targets. We have a cash advance, which is when we want to take profit a little bit early, and that usually consists about 15% of our position. We have a salary, which usually consists about 70% of our position, and we have a bonus lot, which consists about 15% of our position. And so usually that's how we take this to try and maximize it, the gain. A cash advance just helps us hold for the bigger gain, just to take something off the table if it turns around. And right here, as we entered here, we had a cash advance, and this was 2.25 points or 9 ticks, and this just was a stress reliever, just to relieve something just in case the price turns around. And then the salary, which we held, which was 70% of this position, this came out to be a 3.25 points or 10 ticks. And so we had our bonus lot. We don't work overtime, but we can get paid bonuses for good performance. And so that was my goal, was to get paid good performance. I wanted to give this a little room to move, so actually I just had an automatic stop in, and I didn't see this pattern. If I had saw this price action, I might have moved my stop up a little bit to maybe in this area, but based on this scenario right here, I was still stopped out. I still received a bonus, because a bonus is just extra anyway. With a bonus, worst case, all I can do is break even. I cannot lose money on a bonus, and this generated 2.25 points. So other individuals might have traded in between here, and they might have got 1 point to 3 points or whatever they did in between this range. Instead of me trading this range, I just kept this one lot here, and I generated the 2.25 points that they would have generated in there anyway. So without going in and out. So as a SMTM trader, we try to turn most of the time using one good entry into multi trades. And so as we go on, okay, here I plotted some SMTM lines, and prices fell off, which I love when I see prices fall like a pretty move, and it came to an area of bullish SMTM lines. These are bullish SMTM lines, and I'm looking for an opportunity to get long. Unfortunately for me, at this point, this was sucker bait. And now, of course, after the fact, in hindsight, I go back and I see what happened on how I fell for this sucker bait. But this was sucker bait, and this sucker bait here cost me 2.5 points or 10 ticks. So it happened, fell for it, but I'm still in this area SMTM lines. I purchased that sucker bait for 2.5 points, and here, still in the area of a bullish SMTM line area, I went on and I re-entered and I went long. My first lot generated me 3.25 points, 13 ticks. My second lot generated me 4.5 points or 18 ticks. So I had a total of 3 trades today with a net of 13 points or 52 ticks by turning one good entry into multi-trades. And so here, some people might have bought here and sold it, and then when it came back here, they rebought it and re-entered. I try my best. I mean, it might be times to where if something happened, I see maybe an opportunity. But as a SMTM trader, what we like to specialize in is turning one good entry into multi-targets. Now, the other way can generate, a lot of profits. People do make plenty of money entering in, selling here and re-entering, and so money is made that way. But as an SMTM trader, we go ahead and we just try to reduce the risk as possible, and just as long as prices show us the money, we're fine. Okay, traders, until next time.